Yuya Sumiyama arrives at his home event, Japan's Rally of Hokkaido, with a huge 60-point advantage in the Asia-Pacific Drivers' Championship over his nearest rival, Italian Fabio Frigiero. This is after 3 wins in the APRC at the New Zealand, Australian and Malaysian events. It did help that Frigiero was unable to take part in Malaysia due to other commitments, but Sumiyama nearly blew that advantage on the last day on the tricky plantation roads when he had this off into a big ditch. Luckily, his teammates, New Zealander Mike Young and Malcolm Reed, were able to haul his car out and back onto the road. Now, arriving in Hokkaido a few days after a huge earthquake, Sumiyama is very thankful the event will still take place.
There was a big earthquake in Hokkaido last week, but thank you for the many people's effort. We are here and we can do rally. So we want to make this rally more fun and exciting. And the stages are very rough and difficult, but I will finish the race and I want to get the title of Asia Pacific Rally Championship.
While Frigiero is the only driver who could still potentially take the title from Sumiyama, it will be a tough ask. The Italian has never driven the tricky Hokkaido roads before.
I'm very surprised to see the stage, because I saw that the stages are not easy and some stages are very difficult for us, very fast and very narrow. But we will learn during the way and during the road.
Young is likely to be Sumiyama's main competition for the overall win. 2018 will be the Cusco driver's 8th start in Hokkaido, and it's an event where he's finished on the podium twice, driving a production class Subaru Impreza, but he's never won outright. This time Young has the package to win with Cusco's prototype turbocharged Toyota Vitz. But while it's proven to be fast, there's a question mark over its reliability. On the last APRC event in Malaysia, the toughest and hottest of them all, Young and Reed finally finished on the podium. And 2 days of testing on the Hokkaido roads has given the whole team some confidence.
Yeah, feeling confident with this rally. It's my 8th time in the rally, which is quite surprising. But you know, in the off time, Cusco and TRD have done a lot of development on the car, and it's in a real good space at the moment. And I think we've progressed so much over the year, and we're really ready to give it a good fight now.
Behind the leading internationals, there's a big group of Japanese competitors who have registered to score APRC points. Leading them is Atsushi Masamura, who competed at this year's APRC Canberra Rally, finishing 7th overall. Masamura's best result in Hokkaido was 3rd overall in 2015, and he has a lot of experience on the unique Hokkaido roads.
This year is very hard because before 1 week, many big typhoon. Course is rough, little bit nervous.
Eiichi Iwashita lines up next. He too is another driver who's gone well here in the past, and he's hoping for a podium finish.
Yeah, I tried maximum attack last 2 years. That broken the rear suspension last year. That's why this year slowly.
After Reki, what did you think about the roads?
Very rough and Kuneiwa and Yamawaka. That's why my height is much higher.
New Zealand's Rally of Whangarei was the last time Fuyuhiko Takahashi competed in the APRC. And he was on track to finish on the podium when on day 2 it went all wrong. His Subaru was extensively damaged, and it's required a major rebuild to get it ready for Rally Hokkaido.
my car broken very badly. Yes, but now my mechanic repair my car very good. Yes. Yeah, I do my best, and I definitely want to finish this rally.
Starting at number 12 is Malaysian driver Abdul Qadir Mustafa, or AK as he prefers to be known. AK didn't have the greatest luck at his home event, the International Rally of Johor, with a watery exit on day one. But once he got himself back on the road, he really enjoyed himself and decided that he'd like to do more international events.
I think Malaysia is good. We're doing the APRC, and we was thinking to continue. As I see the event going bigger and bigger, so I was thinking we score point in Malaysia. Why don't we just continue in Hokkaido? We might win the champion, maybe. Yes. Yeah.
AK has a new co-driver for this event, Kenneth Coe. Formerly a driver with the R3 Proton team, Coe brings a lot of APRC experience. Even how to deal with the hard knocks of the sport, such as this rollover and shakedown prior to the 2012 Rally Hokkaido.
Okay. It's a big eye-opener for him. For me, it's like, I just tell him do not go too fast and things like that. It's like a lot of hidden places, and I actually rode here like 6 years ago, so in shakedown. So I said, do not roll in shakedown, do not do this, do not do that. So it's all in all, everything is so smooth, and we're just looking forward for the rally.
While the number of entries here is down slightly due to the earthquake 10 days ago, it doesn't stop nearly 100 competitors lining up for the annual photo shoot. That's followed by the reverse order start ceremony, with Yuya Sumiyama the final entrant over the ramp before heading to stage 1. A 1.5 kilometre blast just after dark. Sumiyama is second quickest for the stage in the Cusco Skoda with a time of 56 seconds. Even though, as his onboard camera shows, it's almost impossible for him to see in the dust. Teammate Young is faster by over 2 seconds, discovering that maybe running without the spotlights is the answer.
8 lights down. Yep, 8 right. And a 6 left cut.
Masamura is the only other driver to go under 1 minute and is third quickest. The next day, the Asia Pacific Rally Championship competitors head 100 kilometres north of Obihiro to Rikabetsu for the first real test.
Caution, brake early, 5 right, keep in. Big
After a good start on Friday night, stage 1 in the dark, Young is out to build on his 2.2 second lead, hitting the water splash at speed before heading uphill on a narrow, undulating forest track.
20 over crest.
Suddenly, though, the Vitz grinds to a complete halt.
Nothing. We got nothing. Try to go backwards. It's like it's locked it.
What happened, Mike?
We've just come into this corner and the lower arm is snapped, so the rear wheel is very loose. Oh, it's basically just hanging there, so.
Yeah. Malcolm's trying to fix it.
Yeah, we have a lower arm, so Mr. Mechanic is doing his job.
Can you fix it?
I'm going to try.
Yeah. You've got a lower arm, obviously.
It's that one, not that one. Do we have that one?
Sadly for Young and Reed, the spare arm turns out to be the wrong one, so they're out of the event for the day. With Young retired, Sumiyama easily wins the stage by a massive 12 seconds. Masamura is second fastest in his Mitsubishi, while Yasushi Aoyama in his Cusco Subaru is just 1 second slower. The times are very close. Iwashita is just 1/10 of a second behind him, fourth fastest. Behind this group, Mitsuhiro Aoki retires from 6th place after his Mitsubishi breaks a fan belt. It's a problem easily fixed by the service crew, and Aoki is expected to restart tomorrow's leg 2. Next up is Yamwaka, a 23.5 kilometre test, which is easily won by Sumiyama. His 50-second victory takes his lead to over a minute with just 3 stages completed. A surprise second fastest is Aoyama in the Cusco Subaru, moving up to 2nd overall. Iwashita is 3rd fastest for the stage and holding on to 3rd overall, just 2 seconds behind Aoyama. Shadowing the top 3 is Takahashi in 4th spot and happy to be back rallying in his rebuilt Aresti Subaru. Frigero is 5th, still coming to grips with the Hokkaido roads and taking a cautious approach in the Race Talk Run AP4 Peugeot 208. Dropping from 2nd to 7th is Masamura, whose Mitsubishi is not revving above 4,000 RPM. At 29 kilometres, stage 4, Kaniwa, is the longest of the event and one of the fastest. It's renowned for a couple of big jumps, and while the stage is much rougher than in the past, it doesn't seem to worry Sumiyama in the Skoda. He's over a minute faster than the rest of the field and increases his lead to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. While Sumiyama is in a class of his own, the battle for podium places intensifies, with Iwashita going all out on this stage to leap in front of Aoyama and take 2nd by over 16 seconds. The fight for 4th and 5th continues, with Takahashi gradually easing ahead of Frigero. Tomohide Hasegawa gets his Hasepro Mitsubishi up to 9th overall, but unfortunately this is the last we see of him. He retires on the road section after stage 4 with electrical problems. After a tidy run through stages 2 and 3 and sitting 15th overall, Malaysians AK and Kenneth Koh retire on stage 4, going off the road and hitting a tree. Sadly, the car isn't able to be repaired to allow them to restart. Prior to the first service break, there's one more run through Rikabetsu, where Sumiyama consolidates his lead. Aoyama is 2nd fastest and brings the Cusco Subaru back to within 14 seconds of 2nd placed Iwashita. Masamura is in big trouble with a broken turbo, finishing the stage 13th overall and not expecting to continue after service.
Special stage 3, 80 kilometer, no problem, but low corner, my side and axle on, maybe broken. Very sorry.
Running 2nd on the road, Frigero is finding it difficult to work out the grip levels, especially when the average speeds are so high. After 5 stages, the Italian is in 5th place and looking forward to the repeat afternoon stages, where he hopes to find clean roads.
The difficult that we found is the road that changed the grip. And when you found mud, no grip. When you found stone, no grip. But you are fast. And so I enjoy, but it's not easy.
One place ahead of Frigero, in 4th, is Takahashi.
I drive safely, but the course is wet on the dry. Wet is very slippy, and dry is good. Yeah.
So you are pushing hard?
Yeah, no. I want to do it, but in New Zealand I close off. So today and I must drive safely.
Aoyama and Iwashita continue their fight for second place, with Iwashita holding a 14-second advantage after 5 stages. Rally leader Sumiyama has built a huge lead, but with the championship in mind, is still taking a conservative approach.
Yeah, good morning stage, or no trouble. But SS2, 3 Yamaka, very slippery.
How about the jumps in Kuniwa?
Kuniwa, very safety jump.
Young is back at service and still pondering what went wrong.
I didn't hit anything hard, so yeah, I'm guessing that it's just metal fatigue or it was going to break. I guess we're lucky it broke there and not in a real fast piece.
Should be an easy fix and restart tomorrow.
Yeah, simply just change the arm and we'll be back tomorrow and live to fight another day.
All stages are repeated in the afternoon at Japan's Rally Hokkaido, and Sumiyama is again totally dominant. He wins stage 6 Yamwaka by over a minute. Then the 29-kilometre Kaniwa by another minute, stretching his lead after 8 stages to over 5 minutes. In the mid-pack, there's a good fight on for 9th place between Yasunori Hagiwara in a Subaru and Kosuke Takashino in a 2-wheel drive Peugeot, with Hagiwara ahead by 9 seconds after 6 stages. Unfortunately, Takashino goes off-road and out of the event on stage 7, the 3rd run through the Rikabetsu spectator stage. Takashino's exit elevates Mitsubishi driver Takashi Mori up to 10th. Moving up from 15th to 8th overall is former dirt trail driver Kimiko Koide in the Worth-sponsored Mitsubishi. After the lunchtime service break, Toshihiro Inamata in the Wako Toyota 86 heads Masahiko Miyamoto in a Mitsubishi Evo 9 for 6th place. However, with 4-wheel drive at his disposal, Miyamoto pulls ahead in the afternoon stages to hold the position at day's end. Futoshi Murasi has gradually increased his pace through the day, staying out of trouble and moving from 8th to 5th overall in his Mitsubishi Evo 10. Unfortunately, Takahashi retires from 4th overall on stage 6 with an electrical problem. With Takahashi out, Frigero moves up a place and is happy to finish his first day of rallying in Japan in 4th overall. Aoyama is 3rd, but has gradually lost time through the afternoon, finishing the leg 39 seconds behind 2nd place Iwashita. Nevertheless, the Cusco Subaru driver is pleased with his position.
Today we planned to keep our pace steady and not so go aggressive. Tomorrow the stages, the character is quite different. Today the quite twisty and rough surface, and tomorrow we will try the much more high speed and slippery, much more wider. So that combination is very difficult to switch our brain. Yeah.
Iwashita has driven well all day, but has been hampered by mechanical issues.
Good position, but you had some problem, or?
Yeah, the suspension trouble on the Kuneiwa and during the right-hand corner, big stone. The rear left tire and hits the stone and bending the rear suspension arm. And now we change it.
And then tomorrow is very different day.
Yeah. Very smooth gravel. That is no. I think I like that kind of stage, but number 15 behind us, Aoyama is maybe 37 seconds slower than me. That's why I concentrate second in position. Well, I give up to catch up the Sumiyama. Already 5 minutes different. Yeah.
With such a big lead, Sumiyama is relaxed and happy to have picked up maximum points for the day.
Rough road and very slippery and very narrow, very high speed Hokkaido road. Yes. Today maximum day point, very good, happy.
So very close, but still, you know, to the championship. But still, tomorrow you must finish.
Yeah, and tomorrow is my best and finish. Yeah.
The following day, it's a 5 a.m. start, and with several drivers rejoining, including Young in the Toyota,
good morning,
Masamura with a new turbo, and Hasegawa hoping his electrical problems are cured. With no chance of an APRC result, Young gets down to business straight away, hoping to at least set good stage times. He's second fastest to Sumiyama on the first test, then wins by over 20 seconds on the first run through the 14-kilometre Honabetsu.
20, 8 left, then 7 right down. Yep.
Another to show what could have been is Masamura, third fastest on stage 10 and then second quickest on stage 12, when Young again strikes trouble.
80. 7 right long.
The New Zealander is having another good stage until this happens.
5, something's broken. Yep. 5 left plus long hug. Same as yesterday, I think. Yep. Let's pull up here on the right. We'll have a look.
Co-driver Reed is quickly out of the car and carries out makeshift repairs to the suspension, using a spanner as a spacer.
Left minor short.
They get going again and unbelievably win the next stage, as Shoro Long with the spanner still in place.
7 left tight and 6.
Sumiyama has backed off as he doesn't need to push to hold his outright lead. Even so, by the lunchtime service, he's increased his lead on second-placed Iwashita to over 7 minutes. Iwashita is pulling ahead of third-placed Aoyama too, increasing the gap to 1 minute and 50 seconds by the final stage. For Aoyama, finishing on the podium is a great result, and he credits co-driver Noriko Takashita's vast experience for getting them safely through the event. On his first attempt at Rally Hokkaido, Frugero finishes a very creditable 4th overall in the AP4 Peugeot 208. Murasi in a Group N Mitsubishi Evo 10 isn't able to catch Frugero on the final stages and settles for 5th. By restarting day 2, Young is hoping to be classified a finisher, but there's one more sting in the tail for the New Zealand crew. After a fastest time on stage 15, a repeat run through Honabetsu, the Vitz comes to a halt on a road section, out of fuel due to a faulty sensor. While Cusco teammates commiserate with Young, they also celebrate with Sumiyama. At the finish of Rally Hokkaido, Sumiyama has a massive 9 minutes 20-second lead. But more importantly, he's done enough to become the FIA Asia Pacific Rally Championship Drivers' Champion for 2018, with Takahiro Yasui the co-drivers' champion. Cusco wins the Teams Championship and the Manufacturers' Cup for Skoda.
APRC series title and Hokkaido, Rally Hokkaido champion, very happy. But this rally, very narrow, twisty, very high speed rally, very difficult. But Skoda, no trouble, very happy. Thank you.
Sumiyama's runaway win highlights the huge advantage the modern R5 and AP4 cars have on older Group N vehicles. In the FIA APRC drivers' points, And with the China Rally still to go, Sumiyama has such a huge advantage he cannot be beaten.